Welcome back. It's dancing time. Put on your dancing shoes, or take off your shoes and put on your dancing feet. I don't know what I'm saying, y'all. Welcome back. This is episode 1,000,000. Just kidding. It is not. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Feel free to leave all the negative energy at the door. Let it be healed, cleared, and transmuted. Just for the fun of it. Why do you want to hang out with dookie energy all day? For lack of a better word. Dookie energy. Well, anyways, I hope that you're doing well, and that this live catches your life in such a way, right? You guys know I'm not on here all the time steady. You know, I can't say I'm here every Tuesday. I'm here every Wednesday, right? Because I have a life and there's other things going on. And to put it bluntly, if I'm not getting paid for it, I don't show up for it much. But I do realize that I have to share the stories, and I realize that it's super beneficial for myself to share personal stories of things that have happened uniquely to I. But however, you're going to be able to reflect and say, okay, that's something that I never want to go through. How can I do that? All right, guys. So, welcome back. I send you all the love. Remember, and if I have to say this 27 times in 27 different episodes, because I've already said it once, remember that you have been given the spiritual power and authority to release angels to war against your enemies. Let me say that again. Feel free to write it down and use it in your daily affirmative prayers. Remember that you have been given the spiritual power and authority to release angels to war against your enemies. So, ipso facto, you have no enemies, right? Because you're really given the spiritual power and authority to release angels to war against them. You know, those that think that they might be your enemy. But in the end, they're just going to see that they're weak. They're weak, guys. That which the enemy doesn't want us to do is probably the ultimate desire in their heart. But you know how some people self-sabotage? It's the ultimate, causation of not being able to fulfill God's blueprint, right? Because let's say God has a blueprint for it all, and I think that magical, majestic, and supreme being definitely, they have, he, she, whatever, I'm trying to be respectful, that God had a plan. God had a divine blueprint. And in that, it is something that, as humans, we just have to let it roll, really. And divine key is the right key. Because this isn't just the physical show. You know what I mean? We know that something very creative made all of this. And not by accident, but we're here on this planet that they call Goldilocks. And so what do you think? It's made just for us to be able to inhabit, breathe, live, procreate, if we want. Okay, so what is this episode about? You're like, what are we talking about? So basically, we're talking about frequencies. So I said to myself, okay, we said it. I think I've talked about it enough where it deserves its own little episode. And now this isn't the same as cymatics. If you go back to older episodes, you'll find cymatic episodes where I'm helping you, because I learned through through a teacher. I'm not necessarily a teacher. I'm like a shower, right? Through a legit teacher. These ways to chant, cymatics, how to use sound in your life to get the energies that you want in your life, to get the things that you want in your life. Everything like that. I mean, they have books, tons and tons of books about how you manifest things, right? This is also a way, right? So what are we talking about when we're talking about frequencies, and why is it so important to have a specific episode that's not cymatics? Now, we're talking about specific frequencies, right? Like, for example, everything has different hertz. And what you're saying was that it's basically like different degrees, higher, lower, and again, I don't pretend to be the know-it-all. I really don't. But what I do research, I tend to share, just because I see ultimate growth in that way. How can I benefit the people that are in my life? How can I bring value to the people that are in my life and that are coming into my life? How can I do that? It's by spreading awareness. And some people might look at someone like myself or you, whatever, and we're talking about frequencies and, oh, girl, boy, person, whatever. Watch the frequencies that you're listening to, right? So what the frequency, right? What the frequency? So, in a matter of it's been over 1,000 years, I think, but I mean, really, because when you do further research, see, the government kind of got together and they did this, like they've done this routinely over and over again. I know they did it in the 900s. I mean, it could have been even sooner than that, because they repeat things over and over again, right? Because societies, we tend to kind of evolve. We tend to do better, right? Once we know to not use 440 hertz because it helps people create depression, anxiety, disease. All you're saying with disease is dis-ease. You're dis-eased. You know what I'm saying? It's something, you got to catch those term of words. You're just not in ease. A diagnosis of disease does not mean you're weak. A diagnosis of disease means you're not at ease. And we definitely have to find a way to get you at ease in order for your body not to have those sort of symptoms that you're having, right? And so what happens when you have a society of people just listening to one sort of frequencies that these powers that were thought in their in their evil genius, they thought to themselves, hey, let's change the music because everybody's listening to 432 hertz. Everyone's listening to such and such other hertz that is actually helping and healing them, and it makes them happy. So what did the powers that were? You look this up. Now we can look this up through the power of the internet. We can look up what exactly Capoeiras, because I know they've done this several times. I've heard several people speak about it, and then I've done my own research. And I can find that it actually occurred several times throughout history. It wasn't just once this last 75 years ago. It was another time, like in the 900s. That's crazy to think about things that people were doing in the 900s and the 800s and the 700s and all that. But remember, like, that stuff was real. They may have played with our numbers here and there, because, as you know, basically the Catholic Church, the system, the whole system, the conquest really also has something to do with that. But that's kind of more in depth, right? That's as you more so look like, oh, what is the truth of frequency control? See, now what we're talking about here is frequency control. See, now if you don't necessarily let us do our own frequency, which I do as a person who likes to make music, I like to change all of my frequencies. Not one. You'll never find one of my songs in 440 hertz because I'm not going to make music that hurts people. I hope this makes sense. By the time we're done talking about it, I hope that you're seeing like, oh, perhaps I should look up songs in 432 hertz, 396 hertz. You got a lot of them. You got 852. You got 741. I mean, there's so much stuff. I have a whole list of things that I'm going to share with you here. You're like, what should I listen to besides 440? Well, see, this is the thing. When you look for a song, you don't look up 440, right? You look up just your regular song, and it comes up 440 because that is the general, and that is the golden rule where music is set at, just because that's the rule, right? It's like kind of we all have to get on the rule of time, because time is an illusion, and we only use it so that we can meet up places and we're coordinated. We're not dumb. We're intelligent beings, right? So but a stark difference, and not that much, right? Because what did the original people that changed the frequencies to something hurtful have in mind to do this? Like, what do they want this to cause? Because all it causes is disease, hurt, anxiety, and depression in humans. And some humans actually love it, and their body feeds off of it, and all that stuff. I can't say, oh, it's the psychopathic ones of us. I can't say that, because we're all attuned to this. We all got tuned to this. Like, we were born, we were in this time, and they say 440, and 1885 was the original time. Okay, and I said 900 something because I remember reading something that was also in the 900s. So what I'm going to try to do here is, as I'm talking to you here, do some further research, because the standard was in 859, and I guess Italy adopted this finally in 1885. Standardization actually got recognized in the 1950 at 440 hertz. All of these world leaders, musicians, International Organization of Standardization recognized it in the 1950s. So, but this is what I wanted to help you understand today. If you're not understanding why I say change your hertz, I'm not saying stop listening to the music you like. I'm saying change your hertz. Look for them in different stuff, right? Look for them in, this is what I do. I look at it in the number 432. That's just the heart of that's the frequency of the heart of Earth. So Earth, this is what we sit, live, and have our being on. We have this being, Earth, creates a 402 hertz vibration. Because with music, with hertz comes vibration. It's an incredible thing. If you look up the Emerald tablets, you actually see that a lot of books too that will tell you. I think I'm kind of confusing my books maybe, but they talk about how they would move the pyramid stones, and it was with sound. So sound is very powerful, and not only could it move us, right? It could literally change our dynamics, change our physiology. If it can affect our physiology, guys, then you definitely have a say in what hurts your being around, right? So there's special channels on YouTube. There's musicians that already do this. I came in late in the game. There's already musicians that do this. I think I published my first song like 2 years ago, and it might not be the best, but as I kept going, and it's not to fulfill an ego. I think I had to go ego-less, because I thought to myself, I don't think I'm gonna be one of those people that share their art. But then in my head I said, no. What if, because I think I'm such an amateur, I never share my art, and the people that need help with this, or they're gonna just be happy, they're going to feel like they're great, that are gonna just be happier in life, they're change their tune to a happier one, they're gonna meet this song, they're gonna need it, right? And so this is why the forces of everything gathered me up and really just put me in this creative mood where I created a bunch of albums. And you can go check that out. It's 999 Ancestors, the number 9 3 times, so 999 Ancestors. And it's really not about me, guys. It's about your healing. It's about your healing. In introducing you to my music, it's not because I'm like, oh, go see the first song and then go through all of them and see my improvement. No. I encourage you to start with the last album or whatever you're called to start with, right? Like this song right here you're hearing is called Pink Sunset. Pink Sunset. Okay, and it's 999 Ancestors. It is a beautiful song. I composed it. And one of the main things that it's gonna help you do is chill, vibe, and be happy. This was written in because of the I wrote all this stuff on GarageBand, or I composed it on GarageBand. And so, you know, don't let anybody stop you from anything. Even Doja Cat did it, you know, and I know other rappers that have done complete albums on GarageBand and they won awards. You know, I necessarily wasn't looking for an award, but I was looking to fulfill like a bucket list wish, sort of, you know. It was in me to make music. I said, I would love to make some music and just put my own artistry out there. You know, and once you get over the embarrassing, what they're all gonna laugh at you kind of hump, because even if they laugh at you, it's healing, you know. It's really healing, guys. Remember, yoga laughter is an actual thing. Laughter yoga, it's called, not yoga laughter, it's called the laughter yoga. And it's where you basically laugh about 15 minutes every single day, you know. I'm not saying put on a comedy show, but this is something that you have to teach yourself, kind of like I have a whole book on how to help you laugh every single day, and perhaps very soon we'll have a laughter yoga episode, and so maybe I'll schedule that one out so people can join in, and that'll be fun. But today we're talking about frequencies. And why are we talking about frequencies, guys? Because they're so important. Noise, you hear that? Noise pollution is one of the biggest like problems for humans, right? And then there's light pollution, and then of course pollution, right? That pollutes our earth, which is really ridiculous. Kind of that Mr. Beast is like cleaning up the oceans faster than any like anything you're probably donating to, right? So okay, so back to the frequencies, guys. The frequencies, if you're catching my drift, and this is the truth, you can look it up on any internet site. In 1935, they developed 440 hertz as war on consciousness, as musical cult control. Let me say that one more time, and if you didn't understand. 440 hertz in 1935. The government, basically, the military, basically developed this into a war on consciousness. To use 440 hertz as a consciousness war. War on consciousness. That's what I call it. You're going to do a war on my consciousness. I'm calling this a consciousness war. And all fear and love and war, right? But you still have to obey the rules of the universe. You know, I'm not the one that's going to make you pay for your karma at the end or before you go or whatever. It's just going to meet you wherever you left it, you know. So if you're eating a big old bag of healthy chips, that's probably what you gave out last time, huh? And if you get back a big old bag of shit, well, you'll know why. You'll definitely know why. But anyways, guys, remember that everything changes, right? And so can the listening that you do. Be gentle with your ears. Remember that all your body hears it, right? We feel the vibration. We undulate with all the vibrations of the music, guys. Look at us. We dance. We jump. We cause a scene. Some of us become very aggressive, right? They do the mosh pit. And that is what they want, guys. They want us all fighting. They want us to fight. They want us to catch cases. They want us to be in jail. They want us to ruin our life. Listen, we cannot do what they want. And that's just that. I'm just saying, from someone that's not going to do what they want. See, what happened here is that they looked at my astrology chart when I was a baby. and they thought, let me get in the way. But my chart came with some stipulations. If they were going to get in the way, it was going to make me way stronger. Just like that. So with everything you do, let it be more powerful. Even in listening to music, right? If you are listening to your favorite song, become agitated, reflect back on this talk and say, maybe there is sense in unplugging from their warfare that we are willingly signing up to. Okay? Like, for example, when you go to concerts, if you're not with an artist that is doing the change of hertz, right? What's going to happen here in the age of Aquarius, I think we're in the age of Aquarius, that, God bless Pisces for leaving. All right, no, but the truth is that it's the years of truth, guys. Not only is P. Diddy getting it, not only is Trump a chump. No, don't, I'm not trying to talk politics or nothing. I think at this point everybody's a puppet. It looks like. But how do you feel about them starting sitting down in their high offices and saying, how about we use the music that we love? Listen, in 1935, the military decided, let's do this war on consciousness. 440 hertz will get them into a musical cult control. I'm done. No, we're not going to participate in that. And now that we know your little war, we quit. We quit and it is over. Right? And this is the stuff we have to say, guys. And in our personal lives, and when it becomes bigger political, I'm not saying myself, I'm saying the subject at hand, the frequency, right? Because if you have a general public that suffers from anxiety, from depression, from you know what, and the music doesn't do anything but hurt you, tell me there's not going to be an uprising and we're going to do this, guys. So somebody, please do this. Maybe that, what's her name? Oh my God, I'm bad with representatives, but she's the cool one. Not just the cool, they're all cool. I love them. More power to them. May the force, may true and living God be with them, because we need new ordinances. We need new laws. We need new statutes. We need some people in jail for fraud, for a lot of stuff, guys. Now, if we're going to criminalize the action of them bastardizing, I hate to say that, but they really did. They bastardized music. They took something that they know humans like, and then they put a fucking military consciousness war on it. Wake up from the slumber that they're trying to have you in forever until you die. Amen. No, I didn't just fucking say that into your future. I'm mad about it. I think I've cussed 1,500 times in a matter of 15 minutes right now, guys. But the point is that nobody's got all day, and we've got to move on. So one thing here, we are going to bless 440 hertz as it is leaving our life, right? Send it off in its way, because you're no longer going to be a subject of the destructivity that it is able to do to your body. It is not right. It is not okay. And they do this on everywhere. They're not just doing witchcraft. They're making sure that the frequency you hear hurts you. When you hear any frequency, it might make you feel good, but it's stimulating things that are not feeling good, right? Okay, guys. So one of the things that I wanted to remind you of is that you have a choice. And I'm going to keep telling you have a choice. You have a choice in electing what music frequency you listen to, right? All right, guys. I'm going to give you an example. Who loves anybody? Who loves any musician? Think of your favorite musician, right? Anybody. The artist of the the century, Taylor Swift. We're talking the artist of the year, Chappell Roan, who is just fantastic, magnetic, and if she ever wants to work with me with my produced music and or to produce new music, I would jump at the chance. And there's only certain musicians I'd work with. But I produce music for fun. It is a habit. It is a hobby. You know, instead of going out and doing something dumb, I'm gonna create something cool. And even if it just gets me to love it at the end, because that's where I get going. In my earlier work, I thought to myself, man, this is dumb, and I believe a lot of them are dumb. But that's just being really harsh on myself. And then at the same time, I do have to understand that with the practice, I did get better. Remember that practice makes better. Practice never makes perfect. Don't try to achieve perfection, because that's like that's a standard, guys, that they put up. You know, they say this is the perfect eye, this is the perfect nose, this is our perfect lips, this is the perfect face, this is the perfect hiney, this is the perfect boot, but this is the perfect pee, this is they want to, you know, standardize every single little thing, right? And so that when we're average or abnormal or too much or too little, right, we feel weird. And I'm the weird one looking at 432 hertz. I don't care, guys. I refuse to listen to music in 440 hertz. And if that ever happens to me in my life, it's just because I'm around someone who's kind of ignorant about it. And I'm not going to sit there and explain to every single person, hey, 440 hertz hurts you, don't listen to that. 440 hertz hurts you, don't listen to that. 440 hertz hurts you, don't listen to that. Just all you have to do, guys, right now, if you want to listen to your favorite song, my favorite, because it's the Earth's heartbeat, I put in 432 HZ right after the title and the name of the artist of what I want to hear. And 9 times out of 10, there's a song that's like 432 hertz. Sometimes it'll shoot me over through a 396 hertz, which is also healing. All right, guys, we have a whole array of frequencies. Tell me why they didn't pick any of these frequencies to be the standard one. Tell me why they turned around in 1953 talking about this is gonna be good military tactic weaponry. What is wrong with you, government? How shame? For shame. How shameful. Anyways, guys, well, I mean, when you have people like me that are a little bit nerdy and we look up this stuff, we actually research things, we actually find out certain situations, there is no way you're not going to get aggravated over the truth. If it didn't tick you off when I reminded you that they took your love of music and turned it into a weapon, if you don't feel that in your gut, if that didn't make your heart jump a beat with disgust, you're clearly not paying attention. But okay, guys, I don't have that much time tonight. But what I do have time for is to help remind you to change your hertz. If you're suffering from anxiety or depression, if you have some disease, and the diseases are just up in the air, right? Because they could be anything. If you have some sort of disease, stop listening to 440 hertz music immediately and put on 432 hertz. Guys, gals, they're scared that we're going to be happy, cheery, loving, helpful, undivided people. They are very frightened. Let us Hispanics never make him panic. That's funny, right? Why would they name a whole Latino group Hispanic? Are we his panic? Does he panic over us? Why would he need to panic and plunder us? And then the Mexicans turn around and we're like, pero no sabían que éramos semillas. Nos plantaron, pero no sabían que éramos semillas. That basically is telling you they planted us. They put us in the dirt, not knowing we were seeds. They put us in the dirt, not knowing we were seeds. That's an ancient Mexican proverb. Guys, what are you going to do now with your shock and your horror and your disbelief that they're using 440 hertz as military consciousness weapon? They want to make sure you're depressed. They want to make sure you're angry. They want to make sure you're anxious. They want to make sure you're all the things instead of happy. And if you're happy, they might tap in on that too. And they'll call it taxes. Guys, I'm not trying to make you angry. But if you're angry, go let it out. Go dance. Shake it out. Do some somatic shaking and everything. Remember that if you're going to write things down, right? I don't know if you will. But just in case you are writing things down, if you want to stimulate your third eye, it's 852 hertz. 852. If you want to stimulate your throat chakra, which some of us need help with, some of us need to shh, and some of us need to, we need to say it. We need to say it. Throat chakra is 741 hertz. 741 hertz. Heart chakra, 639 hertz. 639. That's what you gotta say. 440 frequency. Get out 440 frequency. But because I'm never listening to you again, not by choice. But let's continue with the list because we don't have so much time. So why am I telling you the hertz? Because you're going to change the way you're listening to music, and you can put any one of these hertz, because there's musicians that will change your favorite song and they'll make it into one of these hertz. Not because you look it up and magically it happens, because people have been doing this for a very long time. So your heart chakra, again, 639 hertz. Your solar plexus chakra, 528 hertz. Your sacral chakra, 417 hertz. Root chakra, 396 hertz. Any one of these are therapeutic medicine to your senses. First to your ears, second to your body, however you want to see it, guys. All of these 7 different numbers would be way more pleasant than 440 hertz than regular style. And maybe we have some rebels in the house and they're like, I'm gonna listen to 440 no matter what she says. She's stupid. I don't care what you say. The proof is in the historical pudding. They have been using 440 hertz to hurt us. And if you're sitting there anxious and depressed and sad and whatnot with your diseases, that's what they want. Objective fulfilled. Mission accomplished. They're sitting there laughing. I'm sorry to break it to you, but this is not their war. They want a war on our consciousness, and we will refuse forever to give in to it. Okay? So I'm gonna leave you because I've already said enough. We already mad. We already agitated. But it's all right. Give it all to this little powerful selenite. Selenite holds all the anger and negativity and all the hurt and resentment. All the feelings like a loser, whatever you feel, whatever. I know I'm just saying words, but I mean, if you're feeling this way, give it over. If you're feeling sad, whatever, give it over. That's not right. But we all go through things, and things go through us. Remember that you can be like Teflon, or you can be like a transmuting house, but don't ever let it stick to you. Remember to get wiser than their game, dude. Look at their game. Check their game out. Look at the instructions, and then don't play it. Because they're playing a rotten game. So change your frequency, change your life. I'm not just talking about the things you're saying with your mouth. I'm talking about the music you're listening to. I want you to do better. We all want to do better, except for some people would love to see us hurt, sad, depressed, and just crying all the way to the graveyard. And we have a big news flash for them. We quit. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with one last thing. And I think we're going to end off with just a little small prayer, because we always like to do that, right, guys? And remember, hey, guys, if you're fasting, if you fast, for 10 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, 14, 15, 24, 32, whatever you do, remember that fasting is not getting rid of fat. It's not getting rid of excess weight. It's getting rid of toxins. It's getting rid of diseased cells. So fast, guys. If you can at least do 8, do 8. If you can do 12, do 12. You can do 14, 15, 16. Do what you need to do in order to let your body let go of all the food, right, that you've been eating, because it takes time. So happy healing, and remember to always be inspired by anything, guys. And I hope this inspires you. When I was a little girl, I was like 8 years old. I was very little, very cute. And who isn't cute at 8, right? But there was a competition. There was a test. There was a competition, not a test. And I signed up for it. It was called the PEP contest. It's a speech contest. So basically, you learn as a little 8-year-old. I think we were in 4th grade or something like that. You learn a poem, and then you come to the PEP contest and you say it, without just by memory. And you commit this thing to memory and just remember, and then just show up one day and say it. And this is the poem that I picked. It's called "The Will to Win" by Burton Braley. I remember I was 8 years old, and they gave us they put a bunch of poems in front of our face. The kids that wanted to do the competition, we stayed after school and we picked poems. Everybody picked a different poem, and I picked this one. I would. Because it was very inspiring. I love to read. By the time I was 8 years old, I was reading everything, right? I was reading everything, even things I wasn't supposed to. So remember that I used this poem to win #1 place, a shared #1 place. I don't know why they didn't do a #1 and a #2, but they picked 2 #1s, and anyway, I won, halfway won, but this is the poem that helped me win. "The Will to Win" by Burton Braley. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it, give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if only desire of it makes you quite mad enough never to tire of it, makes you hold all other things torty and cheap for it, if life seems all empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and you dream is about it, if gladly you'll sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, lose all your terror of God or man for it, if you'll simply go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, strength, and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famished and gaunt, nor sickness nor pain, or of body or brain, can turn you away from the thing that you want, if dodged and grim you besiege and beset, you'll get it. All right, guys, that was a motivational poem. Emphasizes the importance of relentless determination in achieving one's goals. It extols the virtues of unwavering desire, sacrifice, and persistence, urging readers to pursue their dreams with unyielding resolve. So you hear that, guys? Make some fantastic goals for yourself. Make some goals for 1 year, make some goals for 2 years, and then another one for 5. Make a daily list every single day. Make a list of the goals that you need to accomplish that can be done that day or that need to be done. Remember that hygiene can be a goal. Okay? If we're all going through it, remember that hygiene can be a goal. Cutting your nails, doing all this stuff, all this what makes you look pretty or whatever makes you feel good. If you're sleeping your whole 8 hours makes you feel great, go ahead and do that. I believe that the will is in you guys, and whatever you're going after in life, make sure you're making smart steps for the future you. They will thank you later. How many times have you looked back now and been like, I'm so grateful that I did that. I'm so grateful that I didn't do that. We'll go out and do those things that feel good to your heart. And remember that the will to win is inside of everybody, guys. Because winners never quit. And quitters never lose. I'm sorry, I said that totally wrong. Winners never quit. And quitters never win. That's it. Winners never quit. And quitters never win. All right, that's it. That was it. That was by Lisa Nichols, guys. Fantastic. Lisa Nichols said, winners never quit. And quitters never win. All right, guys. I hope that you have the tremendous will to win. I pray that if you're feeling weird about a will to live, we're sorry as a human race that it's not more exciting. Go make it more exciting, guys. Stay out of trouble. Do not catch cases. This is not the time or the place anymore. We have to grow up. We have to grow up, guys, because we're Godzilla. I'm telling you, if you make it near my age, you're going to be as Godzilla as me. Or more, guys. But I'm very, 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 very and intensely humble. So go out there and win, guys. Win. And only compete against yourself. You're only competing against yourself. And like yesterday's self. 10-year self. You want to make yourself really feel good? Compare yourself to your 5-year-old self. You know way more things now. You've accomplished so much compared to that little one. And I hope that you turn around and you're proud of your little one that's still in there. And just remember, like Christ said, be like a child. He said something like that. And that he didn't say lose control and just go to preschool. No. He says he's like, be like a child, be lighthearted, be fun, go do those things. You know what I mean? So we're gonna end in prayer. Everybody, you're loved. Thank you for checking us out. You have been beautiful. Thank you, Mother and Father God. Thank you for letting us get together. Thank you so much. A million trillion thank yous to the ones that created us, to the ones that get us through our day, to the ones that protect us. Thank you for your guidance and your protection. Thank you for your much needed abundance. Thank you for the lack thereof. Thank you because we have every single little thing that we need. Thank you because you're healing every single body that checks us out, that has everything to do with them. And we're just starting a big healing change with the will to win, with the will to live. We're so grateful that you gave us this life. And with this life, we will be more grateful. And how that is, we will discover in our actions. Being kinder and being happier and loving each other as a whole being. Because we only are each other. Thank you, Magnificent One, for making us reflections of you. And then turning around and making us all so very different. And thank you so much for your participation in all of our lives. And let us continue being led by the great hands of God. And so we pray. Amen. All right, guys. That's a big ashe for the big lovers of everything. All right, guys. Have fun. Be good. Do good. Bye. Hello. Welcome back.